Okay, so for my project, I did a usability and I did prodeathpenalty.com. So for the first and most important part, I think, for what you look at in a website is the aesthetics. Now when you look at this website, you see all this white space, right? There's all this white space here, and the information is in this tiny little corner. First off, it's in the corner, not centered, which is really weird and odd. It's all just white and kind of this weird, kind of liney, it's hard to read font. And then under each one there's these blue lines. It just messes with your eyes a little bit. Another thing you might not be able to tell because of the view, but if you're closer, there are blue lines, very like lightly hinted blue lines that go across the entire screen on the website. So just looking at it right now, there's so many things that could be fixed. They need more colors, better font. I mean, it's all in the same font. You could change the title in a better font. First off, you also, personally, I don't think they need the prodeathpenalty.com as their head thing. They could just be pro-death-penalty. And then also on the home page, you have all these different tabs. There's so many, and it's kind of unorganized because you have all of these here, all these here, and then one random one there. You could maybe have some of them here, and then maybe some sublinks, because I don't think you need this many links on a home page, right? So you can have all these links maybe over here in a line, with some pictures over here, some info, maybe saying something about who they are and what they believe in the death penalty. Obviously they're pro-death penalty, but what they believe, because you don't know anything about who they are. And then another thing is they have a random quote from John McAdams, and it's pretty weird and it just kind of is in there and there's no extra detail on it. It's just a random quote. So I think that kind of takes away focus from other things. I don't think it's necessary. So that's what I mainly think about the aesthetics of the website. So now that we've talked about the aesthetics of the website, we're going to go deeper in and talk about the text. A big problem in this website is you wouldn't be able to tell from the homepage, but there is so much text, it's overwhelming. So I'm going to go ahead and go to right here, death penalty paper, and click on it. Right? At first you come up and you have this and you're not really sure what it is. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to just scroll down the entire way and you're going to see how much text. And before I do, I want you to focus on how it's all single spaced, how small the text is. It's even smaller on a computer. And then I also want you to just focus on how much there is and think, would you want to read this if you saw this? So this is just insane, all this text. That's ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of information, which is good, but it's too much. And this could just be summarized so easily. All they have to do is this paragraph, you could summarize it and it could probably be half the length. And then what they need to do is make all the text bigger. First off, you could change the font to make it bigger, a little easier to see, and double space it. I mean, it's not that hard to double space it, and it'll be a little bit longer, oh well. But I don't think you need all this information, and if you do have all this information, make it a little more appealing to read. So maybe add some pictures, do maybe segments, and describe what each segment is. It's just so much text that as soon as you've seen it, you don't want to read it at all. So now that we've talked about the aesthetics and the amount of text, we're going to move on to the next big issue, and that's the out-of-dateness. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. So as you see, I'm going to go ahead and go to right here, Info and Resources. And we're going to get a nice graphic, which is nice, a little graphic. There's not too much text. But let's just analyze this a little bit. So as you can see, it's the number of prisoners on death row in each state. Okay, that's pretty informative. But if you look close, come a little closer and let's look at this. Let's start at Alabama. 196, okay, but it says as of 2001, 2005, 2005, 2005, 2005. These are all 2005. Now let's move over here. For some reason, Washington, Wyoming, and Virginia are 2002, as well as federal and military are 2002. That's useless. It's 2016. These are all 11 years ago. There's no need for 2005 data. Now, if you scroll down, come a little closer, and let's get another look at this. You can see, again, executions by year over here. You have year, okay, 1976, cool, all the way up to 2005, but they don't even have the info for 2005. Now let me scroll a little bit lower. Look here. It says page last updated on 1/03/2010. So if it was updated on 2010, what was updated because they don't even have the information for 2005. These could change. So the fact that this is so outdated makes it useless because nobody wants info that was from 2005. And this is a simple fix because all you have to do is update your information. It's so easy to find it. Another thing that they need to fix or change is they use Yahoo News as their big news search engine. That's so old. Yahoo News first was created in 2001. Okay, that's 15 years ago. Nobody uses it much anymore. There's CNN, Huffington Post. There's so many other new, staying up to date search engines for news that they could use. It's just ridiculous. Now that we've talked about some of the bigger, more important parts of the website, the aesthetics, the too much text, and out of date, we're going to look at some of the smaller but still important details of the website that need to be fixed. So right now we're going to talk about the links. So if you come over to search the site, okay, what if you want to find something a little more specific? Since there's so much text on this website, you want to be able to find more detail and specifically what you're looking for without having to read all the text. So since we live in Colorado and this is about the death penalty, let's search Colorado deaths. Awesome. Okay, you search Colorado deaths, front page error, please report details to the webmaster. Okay, awesome. Maybe they don't have anything about that. Okay, let's search deaths. They obviously have something about deaths because it's the death penalty, so that means this link just doesn't work at all. So you can't search your specific details within that mass amount of text, which means you have to read it. And do you really want to do that? A simple fix is just making it so that the search works, and that's just with encoding. So as I was saying about the links, let's look at another link that supposedly will take us somewhere. So I'm going to click on Info and Resources, and then scroll down. And since we're in Colorado, let's look at Colorado. Okay, let's click on that. Now, we're going to go ahead and see how long it takes. And as you can see, it is searching right here. It is searching for something. Now we're going to go right here. We're going to start it and see how long it takes to find the website. So as you can see, after I clicked Colorado, it brought me to this page, but let's look how long it took me to get it. It took 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go to this page, and the page is, this page cannot be displayed. So that's what happens if you click on some of the links. And that's another problem with the links because they should work, and if you're gonna wait 2.5 minutes, they should bring you somewhere important as well. So to end it all, there are many problems with ProDeathPenalty.com. The first is aesthetics, and the easy fix is just clean it up. Get rid of the white space, change the color scheme, get rid of the blue lines in the background, get rid of this random quote, put in some information, maybe say who they are on the home page, and just make it pleasing, okay? Make the font pleasing as well. The next problem is the text. That's an easy fix as well. All you have to do is summarize it, and if they summarize it, they'll get the same amount of information, just in smaller amounts of text. And then another thing they need to do with their text is smaller font and double space. Double space or just make the font bigger because it's so small it's straining on the eyes. The next big problem was the out-of-date information, and that's the easiest one of all. All they have to do is get up-to-date information. Simple. And then as well, they need to fix the links. So when you click on Info and Resources or any other link and try to find wherever it sends you, they need to fix the links so they actually work, and so they work in a timely fashion. That's another one that they can do with encodings to make it easier. They need to also fix the search the site so you can actually search for what you need. Because there's so much information, you want to find specifics easier without having to read it all. They need to fix search the site. So ProDeathPenalty.com, even though it has a lot of information, it is just not a very good website, and there's a lot of things that could be fixed, and that's my project. Thank you.